exercise to complete the collation in the Domeko-Abenya constituency on the 21st of December. Unfortunately, although we came a long way, we were not able to complete it because there were 3 polling station pink sheets outstanding. In our second attempt to complete the process, we again brought together the party.
Ebusianfo mechia mu nyina kwaba edeba Ghnet TV so ahano ye dia ye ne say ye ma politics best in politics yes amanyosem de fa NPP ho de fa NDC ho empo omo papa ne ombo ne omaye nyina no yesem ane ye de abro na wonso wanya bi ahwe na wanya bi e de ato wutirim enu ntinu bobodi asa obe subscribe to Ghnet TV ubi ana wa like na afi wa share e de ama wunua bi nso a ono nso enya bi anhwe ebusia yen cyber video bi etwa go social media no so ye mohwi na yen kohwe emra
exercise to complete the collation in the Domeko-Abenya constituency on the 21st of December. Unfortunately, although we came a long way, we were not able to complete it because there were 3 polling station pink sheets outstanding. In our second attempt to complete the process, we again brought together the parties, mainly, basically the NDC and the MPP, and with their agents to assist us to bring the collation to a completion to enable us to declare the outcome of the election. That collation was held on the 28th, just this past Saturday, the 28th of December. At that meeting, the NDC was able to provide 2 pink sheets, which was confirmed by our staff at the constituency. Unfortunately, there was a missing pink sheet, 1 pink sheet for the Abukobi Women's Training Center. And both the NDC and the NPP did not have these sheets. It's important to note that the NPP did not have any pink sheets, any of the 3 pink sheets at all. But after scrutinizing the pink sheets presented by the NPP, they were found to be legitimate, and they tallied with what we had also found. The missing link was this polling station sheet, which none of the parties had, and it was for the Abukobi Women's Training Center. It's important to note that in the attempts to recollate, our officer had brought a pink sheet for the Abukobi Women's Training Center, but it bore on the face of it training. It had written on the face of it the word training, and it was a presidential pink sheet. And so, in the view of the commission, a training pink sheet had no business at the polling station on election day, and upon scrutinizing it, the commission was of the view that it could not be accepted. It's important to note that the parties also did not have any evidence. Both NDC and MPP did not have the pink sheets to confirm whether what was written on the training sheet was legitimate and was accurate. And so in the view of the commission and in the interest of fairness, the commission felt that it was proper to rerun the election for that particular polling station to ensure fairness. We have always maintained as a commission that it is not our interest, is not to make anybody a president. And this is something we have said across board to all our officers. Our interest is to conduct credible and transparent elections that are fair, that ensure that the will of the people as expressed at the polls is upheld. And so once none of the parties had any pink sheets to confirm, and they both said they didn't have it, we agreed at that meeting that we should have a rerun. It's important to note that at that meeting, the NDC agreed with the idea to have a rerun. The MPP was of the view that they did not have, because their agents had left the center, they had not taken part in the collation, and therefore they wanted the commission to start the collation afresh. We explained to them that the commission had received all the pink sheets, and I think that was 369, I believe, 369 polling stations, and we had cross-checked that against what had been done by the returning officer, and it was accurate. It was just that 1 missing, and that is why we took the decision to have a rerun. And this, as I said, was agreed to by the NDC. Since then, we have not rested on our oars, and we've tried to unearth and unravel how we came by. In all of this, as you may be aware, we had reached out to the returning officer and our district officer, but we did not have any explanation for the use of the training sheet. What they had said was the presiding officer realized at the point of filling the form that what she had was a presidential pink sheet, and therefore she used a presidential training sheet. It didn't add up. It was not convincing. And so 2 days ago, as a commission, in our investigation, we had the light bulb moment that why don't we really do away with all the party agents at the collation center, because they have not been able to provide us the information we need. Why don't we go to the ground? Rather than deal with collation agents at the collation center, why don't we identify, look out for the agents, the polling agents at the Abukobi training center? And so we took steps. We reached out to the parties, and we were able to do that. The PO was out of town. We were able to also reach her and ask her to come, return back to Accra to answer a few questions. This morning we met with her, and she explained to us how she arrived at the training. She arrived at using the pink sheet for presidential training with training embossed on it. It's important to note that she did not have this training sheet with her on election day. And it's also important to note that contrary to what is being peddled in the news, though that training sheet was not signed by party agents. The question has been asked that, oh, it's the EC sheet, why are they not using it? Training sheets have no place at the polling station, and that's why we are not using it. It was not a parliamentary pink sheet, polling, even training, it was presidential, and it was not signed by any of the party agents. What she has explained is that, as I mentioned, she recognized that she did not have the parliamentary pink sheet, she had the presidential. And so she tallied everything on paper. She had both agents of the NPP and the NDC confirm the figure, and they decided, they agreed to go to the collation center to obtain a copy of the parliamentary pink sheet. Once there, they were informed to go to the district office. On their way there, unfortunately, they were accosted by some thugs who threatened their lives, and in the process, she fled. The good news is that she had this sheet in her bag, but she fled. And she says that the agents also dispersed and they all left. And so none of them had the results. She had it on a sheet. I'm happy to note, however, that the parties, although we did not have a pink sheet for parliamentary signed and completed at that level, each party also had their own tally cards. And on that tally sheets, they had the number of persons who came through. They had all the details, including the results, the total for each political party. And we have received that of the NPP. Although they are not present here, the presiding officer, some days after the election, reached out to the agents, the party agents, and the agent for the NPP sent his copy. And we've seen that we have the evidence and their communication. And it tallies that of what our presiding officer had on the training sheet. We have also met with the NDC, agent, and we've also taken a record of his tally sheet, which also contains the number of people who came to the center and the votes for each of the parties, and they tally. And that has enabled us to arrive at a completion today. So today, the Commission is pleased to note that it has brought proceedings and collation at the Domi Kwabenya constituency to a close. It has gone full circle. And we are convinced, without a shadow of doubt, that the outcome is reflects the will of the people as expressed at the polls. I think that yes. So as mentioned, ours is not to make anybody president. It is to ensure that our outcomes and our processes guarantee that the people's choice is upheld. So we're happy to note that we have come full circle today, and the outcome of that election has been confirmed as being legitimate, as being the choice of the people. I think at this point it is not in my place to make that declaration, and I'll hand over to our MC to take over and to let proceedings continue. Thank you. So we'd like to thank you. We know it's been a long road. I was blaming, I think that the lesson in it is that our processes must be allowed to work. I know that the candidate has been through quite a bit, but the processes must be allowed to work. And I like to also place on record that we don't rest on our oars here. And we're burning the midnight oil to ensure that, the right thing is done. And we're pleased that, we had that flash, that light bulb movement to go down, to drill down to the ground. And that has brought out the truth. And the truth will be upheld. So thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Is that perfect?
Thank you, Madam. At this point, we would like to call the returning officer.
Did I leave anything out?
Mr. James Hopi. And we also like to invite close to the returning officer. So first, I'll hand over the mic to Mr. James Hopi, Zakaria Kofi, to do the declaration, and then the symbolic aspect will be done by.
Let's see your face.
You can get up to stand. Stand up. Yeah, stand up. Yes.
Then you should move. You want him to?
You want him to use it.
Okay. Okay. So good afternoon, our friends in the media. Good afternoon, directors. Good afternoon, chairperson. Good afternoon, party representatives. My name is James Zakaria Kofi, the returning officer for Dominican Kwapenya constituency. Just like the chairperson has said, we have arrived at the final result of Dominican Kwapenya parliamentary election. On the face of the pin sheets, we have Michael Aaron Yao Okwe Jr. polled 50,669 votes, 50669. Akurugu Faustina Eliglim polled 50,967 votes, 50967. Dora Nyako polled 220 votes, that is 220. And Remy Parko Edmondson polled 302, that is 302. The total valid votes 102,158, 102,158. The total rejected ballots 624, that is 624. The total vote cast, that is 102,782, that is 102,782. Now, with the power invested in me as the returning officer for Dominic Kwabenya constituency, and in the presence of the returning officer for the presidential election, I declare Madam Akurugu Faustina Eleplem as the MP elect for Dominic Kwabenya. Thank you.
I think you hold the hand. That's what you do. Do your way.
Madam Akurugu Faustina Eleplem, I declare, yes, by the power invested in me as a returning officer, I declare Madam Akurugu Faustina Eleplem as the MP elect for Dominic Kwabenya constituency. Thank you.
Yakohwe video no aba na mekai wo say King James edit na eso masene me pa cha obeye wedding obeye party upedi birthday anasa empo naming ceremony na upe obi amana betwa emfoni any video e dia ma odia emfa woni nkyere ba bia say King James edit na so ye friend number na ntwetwe nkomo 0248 383875 0248 383875 yenkoso ana yenyi video ni mu entwemo emra.
And Faustina Eleplem has finally been adjudged as the parliamentary member of parliament elect for the Dominic Kwabenya constituency, and the returning officer just the returning officer just spoke to us, so saying Eleplem won with some 5,967 votes, and the NPP Magokwe won with some 5,699 votes, making the NDC parliamentary candidate now MP elect for the Dominic Kwabenya. It's been a very long race from December 7 till now, and finally Eleplem can now smile to the cameras, and let me get close to her now and engage her and see how the feeling is like now, as finally it appears it has all come to an end now. Madam Eleplem is so, and now I can see some smile on your face.
Thank you very much. I think today we didn't have any declaration because there was no recollation or anything. Today is an affirmation because you all know that on the 8th of December, almost all of you were present in Dominic Kwabenya where I was declared. So today is not a declaration, it is an affirmation. And so I just want to thank God for how far He has brought us. Today, we all know that the elephant is a big animal, and when you kill it before it finally dies, it has to take time and it has to struggle. And so today, finally, the elephant is dead, and Dominic Kwabenya has come to stay.
What did the magic?
It's hard work. It's hard work and dedication, and of course prayers. that led us to this victory. So on this note, I want to thank everybody who came on board. I mean, during the this long hours. In fact, the Xmas, it didn't go well for me because of the up and down. Today you are being called, tomorrow you are here and you are there. So I just want to thank all those who came on board to support us. And the victory, the voice of the people has finally spoken. And so to God be the glory. Great things he has done and greater things he will do.
What should constituents expect?
Oh, of course. Disrespect. Now, the MP elect. The next thing is to start work. You know, Domi Kwabenya has always been for the MPP, and this is the first time the NDC has taken that seat. And so it's hard work that will make the people maintain me for long. And so it's all going to be hard work. And the hard work starts today. And so I want to thank the constituents for having that trust in me and then giving me this mandate. And I can promise them that we are going to make sure Domi Kwabenya becomes a place that everybody will love to be.
Thank you.
So that is the Member of Parliament elect for the Domi Kwabenya constituency. Let me talk to Tanko now, who has been following these proceedings from day one till now. Let me try and talk to him now in front of him.
As a party, let me take this opportunity to thank the Electoral Commission. I mean, Madam Jean Mensah. When they do well, we will congratulate them. But when they do mistake, we'll fire. Yes, I mean, we'll thank them for the path they've taken. Because clearly, like we stated earlier, there was no need to embark on that path. Because clearly the people spoke loudly. They voted for Madam Akurugu, and we wanted their vote to stand. And then so we push, and finally they reasoned with us. So we have to thank them, the Electoral Commission, for having reasoned well with us and for having abandoned the process that they were trying to engage in. We know the situation it was created for the country. It was going to mar the beauty of whatever they were doing all over. And so we thank them, the Electoral Commission, for having done this yeoman's job. And I always state, when they do the right thing, we will thank them. If they go outside the right thing, we will fire. We'll make sure that we'll bring them onto the right path, and then Ghanaians will benefit.
What is the right thing? Is it because if it does not go your way, it's wrong, and if it goes your way, it's right, or there's something that they did wrong that you bashed them, or something?
Clearly, the people voted for Madam, and they themselves confirm it. It wasn't the mistake of the electorate. The mistake was not from the electorate. The mistake was not from the candidate. The mistake was not from the agent. It was from the presiding officer. And she agreed. What happened? And so therefore, they need not punish our candidate or the electorate. And so that has been our position. And clearly, they reasoned to us. And then they made it. So if clearly they had gone to the other side, of course, that would have been natural justice would have demanded that we'll follow that path. And also we are grateful for that.
4 more of the seats to be declared. You have that of Manor, you have that of Tema Central, you also have that of Okankwe Central. Are you confident that after everything, maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow's sitting, the seat is going to fall for you?
Yes, all the forces are going for NDC. We won the seat fairly, clearly. What we are fighting over there at the High Court is all tomorrow that they are going to give a ruling on our objection that we raised, the preliminary objection. And it's very clear. What they did is that they are trying to use a back door to get whatever they are looking for. In fact, they are looking to come through a back door to have a petition filed. That is the form they are trying to do. And that is why our lawyers raised that objection. You cannot use that method, mandamus, to get that kind of method because those declarations were made. What is all here is not a real declaration. They're just confirming what they have declared already. Nothing has changed. Okay, DS is different. They want to now come, do another collation, and do another declaration. That is illegal. It's not known to the law. And that is why we've been saying it. It's completely illegal. And I told you, that Burunya thing they went and did, you see that it has stayed in their face. It won't happen. What we know is that those 4 seats, we won them fairly. And I'm very sure tomorrow they will throw them out. That mandamus will not stand. What is mandamus? You want to force a state institution to carry out its mandate, its duty, that it has not carried out. They've carried out the duty. Those returning officers, they are in charge, and they carry out. You, the media, you capture it. You saw the declaration in Okaikwe Central, Tema Central, and Ablikwano. You walked through it. It was captured live on your television station. So why can somebody go to court and say EC has not done collation, they have not done declaration, so you are forcing them to come and do collation and do declaration? What is that? So we are clear in our mind. Tomorrow, our objection will be upheld by the trial judge, and this Mandomo will be dead on arrival, and the 4 MPs will be sworn into office. You see, we have just captured Domi Kwabinya. Right. Thank God to glory. These people, they wanted to use a back door to get it. We've thrown them out. It's level 4. We'll capture that one too. No.
I was young for video no and I when they said them di kind a kind me 2 mrami tracy and nunti mama wakonyan ma wankasa what's ye and some air cost so ye mind Ghana mu ai amanyo sem ahodo air cost so NPP any NDC juma or mudi no or my Ghana mu ina no e yade wanya bi ahwe no wani so nti no wo pese da ne day na wo so nya nsem bi sei e hwe wani so nanya bitie e wo asum dia ene me pa chew enye ba bia se Ghnet TV yenko a ya ha ena obenya nsem bi sei ahwe no wanya bi eti nti bomodin asa obe subscribe na wa like na afi wa share wo wie nso a enso ho amepa chew video na wo hwe ye nsem na wotie no bone tofa na fo adwentre eto comment section wo fm ebrabima meken kan ediamamedi no eye ohima babram da so jebre na ade hwe me makraw